Balaton is the largest lake of Hungary, and it is one of its most important tourist destinations. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people flock to the lake to relax, have fun, or do sports. The proximity of water is especially desirable during hot summer days. The surface of the water is often smooth like glass, and nothing would indicate that the weather could change soon and very suddenly. On average, gale-force winds occur 60 days a year in Balaton. In several cases, the storms are caused by rapidly developing thunderstorms and thunderstorm systems. The wind flowing from below the thunderstorm's clouds does not encounter barriers over the water, which is how the wind sometimes reaches or even exceeds speeds of 100 kilometers per hour. Nowadays, the development of stormy weather can be followed and forecast thanks to modern systems of meteorological observations and computer models. In some cases, it is possible to anticipate change in weather patterns several days in advance. For thunderstorms, it is in most cases only possible to specify the exact position and intensity of the storm about 1 to 2 hours in advance. This forecasting period is called nowcasting. Very short-range forecasting is one of the main tasks of the Hungarian Meteorological Service. The Hungarian Meteorological Service is taking part in the development of the INCA forecasting system, which is provided as part of the European Union project INCA-CE. The results of the new system are also being tested in the Balaton Storm Warning Observatory. The nowcasting systems combine observational data with information from meteorological models in order to get an exact and detailed image of the current weather and the weather expected within the next few hours. Nowcasting systems facilitate the work of the forecaster and help in the decision-making process because of the concise information they provide. Due to the often rapidly changing weather conditions at Lake Balaton, forecasters have been able to assess the meteorological situation and development rapidly. Every minute counts when activating the storm warning system. Weather conditions are of great importance, not only for experts but for the general public as well. Many cultural and sporting events such as yacht competitions are organized at Balaton during the summer. The crew of the yachts often observe considerable differences in wind direction and wind speed at certain parts of Balaton. It is possible to detect these differences with the help of state-of-the-art meteorological models and nowcasting systems. 1 kilometer in horizontal resolution can be achieved, and therefore it is possible to adapt to the weather situation. Wind gusts exceeding 45 kilometers per hour can already cause problems for smaller yachts. Thus, nowcasting is not concentrated solely on the forecasting of strong gales. The organization of large events requires exceptionally accurate forecast. The swim across Lake Balaton is one of the largest sporting events in Hungary with several thousand participants. Wind is a serious enemy from the swimmer's point of view. While 25 to 30 kilometers per hour wind speed on land usually means some refreshment from the hot weather, the same wind speed generates substantial waves on the lake and thus threatens swimmers. During the event, the forecaster has to regularly analyze wind conditions in the proximity of the swimming track, taking into account the recent measurements, pressure analyses, and forecasts of the meteorological models. Civil protection is one of the main end users of meteorological information. The Disaster Management Directorate of Somogy County takes part in the INCA-CE project as well. Weather forecasts and warnings are regularly observed in the Directorate's dispatching center in the city of Kaposvár. We asked Colonel Jörg Heisler, leader of the Disaster Management Directorate of Somogy County, why it is so important to know the weather conditions.
Nekünk a szél, az eső, illetve azok az események érdekesek, amikor olyan helyzet van, egy speciális helyzet, például egy veszélyes vegyi anyag balesetnél, pontos helyi információkkal rendelkezünk, lehetőleg egy rövidtávú előrejelzéssel, mert arra fel tudjuk készíteni az egységeinket, illetve esetenként még lakosságot is fel tudjuk rá készíteni.
Hogyan profitál a katasztrófavédelem a pontosabb és részletesebb előrejelzésekből?
Nagyon sok a tömegrendezvény a nyári időszakban, ugye az idegenforgalom miatt. Ezekben jelentettek nálunk, és ebben az esetben, ha megkapjuk az előrejelzést, akkor intézkedni tudunk a tömegrendezvények esetleges átszervezése vagy leállítása érdekében. Erre már az idén is sor került 2 alkalommal. Az egyik alkalommal áttették a rendezvényt egy zárt térbe, a másik esetben pedig lemondták.
When securing cultural and sporting events, civil protection experts can consult INCA forecasts via the internet. They are able to follow the changes of the weather on the spot and can better interpret the text forecasts. The INCA pilot implementations in Somogy County and at Balaton started in the year 2011. The cooperation and experience gained provide important feedback for the developers, and therefore the outputs of the meteorological systems can be presented in an understandable and clear way. It is difficult to evaluate high-resolution weather forecasts for severe but very local weather events. In such cases, the information about damages caused by weather is very important, and it is provided by the civil protection authorities from the affected areas. INCA Central Europe is an international project led by the Austrian Central Institute for Meteorology and Geodynamics. One of the goals is to provide high-resolution weather forecasts for all residents of the Central European area. In the future, this will be provided through the INCA web portal, which is currently under development. The goal of the Nowcasting development is to have a better understanding of the weather and to provide better predictions so that people can feel safe during their summer holiday, whether in the city or on Lake Balaton.